It is perhaps the most beautiful building in the world, a poem written in marble, a teardrop on the cheek of time, the Taj Mahal. For centuries, its story has been told as the ultimate romance, a testament to the boundless love of a heartbroken emperor, Shah Jahan, for his beloved wife, Mumtaz Mahal, who died giving birth to their 14th child. We know the legend, we see the vision. The grieving emperor, lost in sorrow, marshalling the resources of a vast empire to fulfill a dying promise to build a mausoleum so magnificent that the world would never forget her name. 20,000 artisans, 22 years, and an immeasurable fortune, all poured into creating this perfect monument to a singular, eternal love. It's a beautiful story. It's a powerful story. And it's the story everyone knows. But what if that story, as perfect as it seems, is incomplete? What if the marble structure holds a deeper, more complex truth? A truth not just about a man's love, but about the silent, formidable strength of the women who were at the heart of the empire. This is the story not of a building, but of the resilience that made it possible. This is the hidden history of the women behind the Taj Mahal. To find it, we must first look closer at the woman for whom it was built. Mumtaz Mahal was not just a beautiful empress. Her given name was Arjumand Banu Begum, and she was the niece of the most powerful woman in the Mughal Empire, Empress Nur Jahan. She was born into a family of immense political influence and intellect. Shah Jahan did not just love her, he relied on her. She was his trusted advisor, his confidant, his political partner. Unusually for the time, she traveled with him on his military campaigns and sat with him in his court. He entrusted her with the imperial seal, the Mu'ur-Yuza, a symbol of the highest authority. Her death wasn't just a personal tragedy for the emperor, it was a political crisis. He had lost not just his wife, but his most vital counselor. The historical accounts tell us that after her death, Shah Jahan plunged into a profound grief that almost broke him. He locked himself away for a week, and when he emerged, his hair had turned white. The empire, for a time, was rudderless. The construction of a grand tomb was the last thing on anyone's mind. The priority was survival, and into this vacuum of power stepped another woman, a figure whose role has been tragically overshadowed by the grandeur of the marble tomb. His eldest daughter, Jahanara Begum, she was just 17 years old. When her mother died and her father retreated into his grief, it was Jahanara who held the empire together. She pulled herself from her own sorrow and took on a burden that would have crushed most grown men. She became the de facto first lady of the Mughal Empire, the Padshah Begum. She took over the care of her younger siblings. She assumed control of the imperial household, a vast and complex enterprise with a budget larger than many European kingdoms. She took possession of the imperial seal from her mother, becoming the gatekeeper to the emperor himself. No decree could be passed, no order given without her approval. She became her father's closest advisor, his link to the world, his source of strength. While Shah Jahan focused his soul and his obsession on designing his monument to love, it was Jahanara who managed the affairs of state. It was her incredible wealth. She was one of the richest women in the world at the time, and her political acumen that stabilized the empire, allowing her father the luxury of his grief and his grand architectural ambition. The Taj Mahal, therefore, is a paradox. It is a monument to the memory of one woman, Mumtaz Mahal, that could only have been built because of the living strength and resilience of another, Jahanara Begum. She was the scaffolding, the unseen support structure that kept the empire from collapsing while its masterpiece was being raised. But the story of female power doesn't end with the princesses in the palace. Let's zoom out from the gleaming dome and look at the sprawling town that grew at its base, Mumtazabad. This was the home of the 20,000 artisans, sculptors, and laborers who toiled for 2 decades, and who supported them. Who ran the markets where they bought their food? Who managed the households, raised the children, and maintained the social fabric of this massive, temporary city? It was the thousands of unnamed women, the wives, daughters, and mothers of the builders. Their work wasn't carving intricate marble screens or hauling massive stone blocks. Their work was the essential, tireless labor of life itself. They created and sustained the community that made the 22-year construction project possible. Their resilience, their daily contributions, are the invisible mortar holding the entire enterprise together. They are the forgotten foundation upon which the monument rests. So the next time you look upon the Taj Mahal, see it not just as a symbol of a man's love. See it for what it truly is. See the legacy of Mumtaz Mahal, a powerful empress whose intelligence was as valued as her beauty. See the formidable strength of Jahanara Begum, the princess who sacrificed her youth to hold an empire together, enabling her father's dream to become a reality. And see the silent, collective resilience of thousands of women whose names are lost to history, but whose labor was the very lifeblood of its creation. The Taj Mahal is not a monument to a single love story. It is a testament to the enduring power of women, the one it remembers, the one it forgot, and the many it never thought to count. And that makes its beauty not just breathtaking, but profound.